Everyone says that the Dominator GTX is a horrible car in GTA 5 Online. So today I'm going to be showing you guys that the Dominator GTX is actually pretty good, and it's surprisingly good at doing something which a Dominator is not supposed to do. So yeah, keep watching to know more about that. So yeah, without further more yapping, let's get into it. Now just before we get started with the customization, I do want to say that if you guys recognize which video I use this car in, let me know in the comments. Okay then, let's start off with not new at all. I'm gonna go with carbon as well, performance hood, that in carbon as well, and a rally spec hood, that in carbon, a vanity hood, that is not that impressive, that's not that nice. I don't like that much. That's kind of disgusting. That in carbon as well, and back to stock. I'm going to keep it stock. The stock hood looks super cool. It reminds me of the GTD, which I really like. It's one of my dream cars. Okay then, horn. Clown horn, perfect brothers. Headlights, let's just keep them xenon, maybe white, maybe yeah, let's do white. Yeah, I already got a neon, and that is in the special black color, super sick. So you don't even see it, and you get the performance buff from the neon, which is super good. We got mud guards, which is interesting. I wouldn't see anyone rallying this thing, but let me know in the comments if it's good. This thing actually might be good at rallying because of its really good performance. You know, it could make sense to offer this thing because of its performance. This thing could be quite insane off-road. Plate, slush plate, let's make that yellow and black as well. Rear panel, we can make that secondary carbon or black it out. I'm gonna make that carbon. Yes sir. Spray. I feel like we can go with the purple. That's like the signature color. We could potentially do like a red or maybe a yellow. That looks pretty good. I want to see if we can get rid of these mirrors. We'll find out in a second. Roof, we can make that stripped. That in secondary carbon, and in sticker bomb we got the sports hood. Race, excuse me, the hell. Racing hood, performance hood, that in secondary, that in carbon. Race vents, that in carbon. Mark 1 roof with the roof scoop, that's pretty cool. That in carbon. Our Mark 2, that just looks horrendous. That in carbon. Vortex generators, I feel like they're too up. That in secondary, and that in carbon. And sticker bomb. Okay then, I feel like I might go with a little roof scoop like this one, the Mark 1. One thing I don't like about the customization of this thing is that like some of the things have secondary and carbon options and some don't. So you're kind of limited if you want to do something with the secondary color, which sucks. We got the extended side skirt, that in secondary, carbon, sticker bomb. We got street skirt, that in secondary, and carbon and sticker bomb. We got the Mark 1 RAM bar. Interesting. We got that in secondary and sticker bomb and no carbon. Like, you seeing that? Like, I feel like it's quite weird that some options don't have carbon, secondary or sticker bomb. Even though no one wants to go with sticker bomb, still I feel like every option should have every type of option. Not that it's limited. Okay then, MK2 RAM bar, that's pretty cool. And secondary, that in black. Like, this is blacked. Why aren't the rest of them blacked? Or why is this not carbon? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I feel like they kind of fumble on that. We might go with a little rally spec on this. So I'm gonna go with a secondary RAM bar for now. Spoiler, stock is this. GT spoiler, secondary, carbon. Sport spoiler, that in secondary, carbon. That's pretty cool. That's like the GTD spoiler, that in secondary and carbon. The drag spoiler in secondary and carbon. The dovetailed spoiler, that is super clean. That in secondary and carbon. Oh, I didn't see that. I thought it was down here. Oh, that is not good, boys. We got a chrome garage. Holy. And yeah, back to stock. We can put it down to this low, but I'm going to keep it up because we're going to make it into a rally spec. Wheels. Let's put some off-road wheels on this. Some chrome off-road wheels. Let us see. You know what? Let's go with the Nevis. I really like the Nevis. They're just such good rims. I'm just going to customize this thing just a little bit more, and then I'm going to show you exactly why this thing is so good when it comes to performance. So boys, this is the final result. I think it looks pretty good. I feel like I can work on this later on and make it look better. For now, pretty good. So let me know exactly tell you why this thing is so good. Just before we continue with the video, I do want to say that 92.2% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you're finding this video useful, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be posting a ton of content like this. So yeah, let's get back into the video. Okay then, we're out. This thing isn't the fastest car, but you'll quickly notice while I'm driving this is that it's gonna have some crazy handling. This thing is so good at turning for a car like this. Like, it's literally like a Ford Mustang, and this thing handles so good. Now you'll be like, okay, that's probably because it's so slow. It's not even that so that you would say that the handling is shit because it's so slow. It's actually pretty quick. Obviously this thing can wheelie as well, which is super cool, but I just can't get over the fact that this thing is so grippy. Like, how is this thing so grippy? It's so maneuverable and feels so agile and barely loses traction. It only loses traction when it goes over too many bumps while turning, or obviously if you keep turning it back and forth for extremely long time, or if you do a super sharp turn when you're going at a pretty high speed. But overall this thing is super good. Obviously the engine resistance does kick in reducing your ability to brake boost, because if you brake boost and your car hits the RPM super hard, the car doesn't move, it just slows down and it just becomes like horrible. So just never brake boost this thing. That is one disadvantage that this thing has. But overall, as you saw, the customization is really good. The turning is super good. It's got a decent acceleration, a fairly okay top speed even for a car with engine resistance. I mean, this thing is a W. And let's do a little wheelie as well. Like, it's a pretty high. Oh my god, that was high. Now doing it on keyboard, obviously you can't control like your acceleration, so you won't get the craziest wheelie out of this on keyboard and mouse. But when you're on controller and you can control the throttle, this thing can get you to pretty high top speed. Like right now I'm going to actually get my controller. Handbrake, accelerate. Holy, I just rammed a car. Holy. Now something I haven't tested. I'm going to try it off-roading, since it has like mud guards and shit, and we literally expect this thing to be off-road. Also in the background footage, the performance isn't the best because first of all it is raining a little bit, and we also have off-road tires, so whenever we are on the road or we were on the road, this thing can actually turn a little bit better than that. Okay then, starting the off-road journey, this thing is stable. This thing is super stable. It's super grippy as well. Like, it's kind of insane. Let's take this corner full speed. No traction loss. Literally no traction loss. Like, full beans again. Oh, okay, that didn't end exactly according to plan. This thing is kind of insane. Obviously, because it's rear wheel drive, it is going to struggle a little when it's climbing. But again, if you are on controller, it could help you out a lot. Again, I'm back on keyboard, so you can definitely do climbing better than shown in the background footage. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful scenes. Please, actually, not beautiful scenes. Get on, stop grinding. There we go. Okay then. Let's continue. Obviously, again, it's raining, so the performance isn't as good as displayed. But holy man, this thing feels so stable off-road. Like, it does not make sense. How does a Ford Mustang do this? Like, it's quite insane. Obviously, I'm driving a little shit myself because I'm not the best driver in this game. You guys could probably do a lot better than me. But yeah, this thing is insane. Obviously, the acceleration and top speed isn't the greatest as many of the cars in the game, especially the Vapid class, because this is probably the only car in the Vapid class that has engine resistance, which sucks. But still, it is really, really good. And this thing does come for really cheap, just like under $800,000, and in like the $700,000, it is super good. Knowing that the good Dominators in this game cost much more than that, except the normal variant of the Dominator, which you can literally get for free by grabbing it off the street or paying, I think, around $15,000 to $30,000 off like Arena War. But yeah, this is definitely a car you should be getting. I feel like this thing can be super good in close corner tracks in the muscle category, and even off-roading like in free roam. Like, this is quite insane. And obviously it doesn't have like so much customization, but it has a lot more customization than majority of the vehicles in this game. Make sure to cop the Dominator GTX. It is not as shit as you think it is. It is actually pretty good. Don't sleep on this thing. This thing is actually kind of crazy.